All right, y'all. It's late and I'm never, ever on at this time, but I couldn't sleep and I had just come out. I was trying to get ready for bed, but I'm not tired. So there's that. So I decided to hop on live so that we can chat instead. And we are going to be going over some of the insights from the latest release of the Funding Formula book. Okay. So, who is ready to talk about some grant funding? Let's talk about different ways to get your business funded. We're going to cover chapter 1 of the book, which is going to explain exactly what you need to put and include in your executive summary. All right, what an executive summary is, why it's important to grant funders. We're going to talk about all the things. All right, who's ready? Let me get some insights. All right. All right, cool. So, first things first, I'm going to be looking at my notes. All right, first things first, let's discuss who I am, right? For those of you who guys don't know me, my name is Natalie. I'm a six-figure grant winner, and the Mental Money platform has been dedicated to entrepreneurs who are women, minority women, specifically Black women, to teach you guys about the fundamentals of grant funding, okay? Now, the reason why this is important is because businesses that get funded consistently, or businesses that have money being poured into them, like I depicted in this picture here, they do things a certain way. They speak a certain language. They are structured and built out in a way that allows you to be able to have people consistently buying into you. Okay. It doesn't happen by accident. Hope is not a strategy. We don't wish that things happen. We do things in a very strategic way, and that will set your business apart from businesses who do not get funded consistently. All right. So that is my purpose here. That is what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. And that is what the platform's objective is. Now, the funding formula, I designed it to be a book that goes through the proposal process. The proposal is a 40-page, sometimes 50-page document, depending on how structured it is, or how detailed it is, rather, that outlines every single primary point about your business that a grant funder would want to know, that you know, right? And these are things that are going to be deciding factors and data points that they will use about whether or not they are going to pour money into your business. All right. That is what this is for. Now, this is specifically for funding. Now, we talk about a lot about on this page grant funding, but I've also used proposals for debt funding. I've used proposals for nonprofits, for other funding that have nothing to do with just getting grants. Okay, this can also be for investors. The proposal for investors are typically a little bit shorter because they don't like to read a lot, but proposals are proposing a plan for that you're going to work through for your business. So this could be a new initiative. This could be to grow your business, because this could be a new department that you're building out. It depends. It really runs the gamut. But the proposal is going to be what you are proposing to do for your business, to build it, to grow it, to scale it. And it details all of the information that shows exactly how you're going to do that. All right. Any questions so far? Any questions? All right. So to share a personal case study, I'm going to share a case study that illustrates how important this is to your funding journey. All right. So, for example, we've had several people take the training version of this book, because this was a training that I converted into a book. All right. This training version of this book, the people who have taken that training, when they get funded, some of the things, matter of fact, forget the funding. Let's talk about what happens when they're working through this proposal process, right? what they find is a couple of things. They find that they are not priced accurately. That is a really, really, really big one. Okay, huge. They find that they're not priced accurately. They find out in many cases that they're not targeting the right people. They have a really hard time trying to figure out who the mission, like what their mission driven objectives are going to be. They also find out information about their projections, right? So projections, we'll go through that when we go through later parts of the book. But the projections are insights into how your business is going to perform over the next 5 years. We project out 5 years, right? Sometimes funders want 3, sometimes they want 5. Depending on how large the award is, they might want 7. So, right? And that also sets your business up for success because you could use those as key indicators. But today what we're going to talk about is the just chapter 1 of the book, where we go through the executive summary and what elements of the executive summary exist, right? I'm going to give you an overview of what the executive summary is, explain to you what the elements are, and how to build out one. If someone is willing to come with me on live, right? This is assuming you want to. If someone is willing to come with me on live, I will help you in real time build out your executive summary. Now, the thing I love about like what we teach here and what we talk about in this book and in this the training version of this is that it is industry agnostic. All right. I don't care if you're in healthcare. I don't care if you are in beauty, if you are in pharmaceuticals, if you are in whatever industry you're in, these foundational elements work. Now, this is a higher level. So if you had like the version of the book that is the Win With Us workbook, that is the elementary version, right? We're just kind of building out the elements that grant funders will not give you money to figure out. This is the big daddy right here. This is where we're starting to communicate with them in a language that is more elevated, that helps you articulate to them why your business should be gaining money, why your business should be winning. Okay? Any questions about that so far? Any questions? Okay. No? You're just going to let me talk to myself on here? Okay, cool. So, that said, all right, so the first part of your proposal, and we can break down all the different elements. We're just going to be talking about chapter 1 today, right? Or the first section of your proposal is going to be what's called an executive summary. This summary is going to highlight who you are, your business, where you are incorporated. It's also going to cover information like your unique value proposition, what makes your business stand out, and the solution that you offer. Okay? Cool, right? Thank you, Learning Moon. Okay, so those pieces of information go right at the top of the proposal, and that's really important because even though we build out these really elaborate 40-page, 50-page proposals, many I'm going to call them investors, but not because they are investing in your business with the intention of taking money out of your business, because that's what investors typically do. There's an exchange in value, right? Whoever's going to invest or pour money into your business, the reason why you want to present that executive summary at the beginning is because they probably will not read your entire proposal, right? However, if you present a very compelling narrative, and that's what we call them. Whenever we explain certain things, we call them narratives, right? So when you present a really articulate, compelling, persuasive narrative right at the beginning of your proposal, the entire point is for them to be able to we want to move them from interest to commitment. Okay? Do we get that, you guys? Please, I want some feedback because I don't want to be talking on here by myself, right? We want to move them from looking at our proposal and moving them from, okay, I'm interested in seeing what this business is about. And then now moving them to actually making it through the other parts of the proposal. Now, they probably won't read the entire thing anyway, but you want to include very key pieces of information throughout the remainder of the proposal, because there might be parts that speak to them that you might not know, right? Every person buying into your business is going to have very different motivations. Some are motivated by the numbers, so you include your projections. Some are motivated by your target market and that you know how to target and that you're targeting the right people and you already have traction. That might be their motivation, right? Some people might be motivated by the mission. So they'll go straight to the bottom of your proposal and they'll start to look at the information around your mission. Either way, that first part, the executive summary that we're talking about today, is for them to get the buy-in. We want them to look at our proposal and say, oh, this person has an amazing initiative. They are skilled in what they do. They have team members who are helping them. This is if this is relevant to you because you might not have team members, right? They have team members that are competent and they are leaders in their field and they can contribute positively to whatever they're proposing. And then you also want to make sure that you mention how you're structured and how you're incorporated, because different business structures invite different type of capitalization, right? Capitalization meaning how money is going to be coming into your business. Most investors like to see a corporation, right? Some people just want to see that you have an LLC so that you're protected liability wise, right? Other people may want to know whether you have a sole proprietorship or not. Arguably not the best business structure. It has its purposes, but when you're trying to get people to buy into you, they want to understand what their risk is going to be too, right? So we include that in our executive summary, what kind of business we are, how we're structured, who's running the business. Because if you're saying that you work in, for example, real estate, but you're starting a fashion brand, there's a little bit of a disconnect there, right? So maybe your executive summary might draw the connection between maybe other people that are helping you, or explain how you got into fashion from real estate or how you converted into that new industry. Okay. So this is kind of like your little elevator pitch. I don't like to call it an elevator pitch because you're not really pitching anything. You're just highlighting all of the amazing things about your business that will get someone to move from interest to making a commitment to reading more about your business with the end goal of buying in. All right. Next, another thing that you want to talk about is when you were founded. Okay. Some investors, and we're calling them investors for the broad scope of things, right? Some people buying into your business or investing in your business, whether it be a grant fund, loans, whatever the case may be, they want to know when you were founded, because some funders, some people who are awarding funds, they want to see a business that's a little bit more established, truth be told, right? They want to see a business who has maybe 10 or 15 or 5 or 3 years under their belt versus a company that started in 2020 at the top of 2024. Okay. Some people don't care. You might be at the, let's say this was, does anyone remember when ChatGPT came out? Does anybody remember? I could look it up. ChatGPT release date. Okay, so let's call it November 22, right? Let's say your business started January 2023, but you were in artificial intelligence, right? And you were providing a solution in the artificial intelligence industry. We'll call it that. I don't think that's a real industry name, but let's say you were operating in that space and you started at the top of 2023. Someone investing in your company, obviously, but maybe not so obviously, would look at that and say, okay, you know what? They're on the brink of something new. They're kind of like dipping their toe into this new space, and your proposal will articulate how you are going to continue to thrive in that space, especially with it being so novel, but that's okay, right? But we want to explain where we are in relation to when our business started so that we can understand maybe They're looking to see how much traction you've gotten if you've been in business for 3 years. They may want to know details like that, right? I feel like I'm dragging at this point. But when you started, they want to know that. All right? So you include that right at the top of your business proposal. All right? Next, you want to talk about, very, very, very important, is the problem that you solve. Okay? Very different, and not to be confused with the product that you sell. Okay? You may purchase a microwave, but you're not buying a microwave just to buy a microwave. The problem that the microwave is solving, perceived problem, might I add, that the microwave is solving, is that it heats up your food quickly, right? So you're really buying convenience. You're buying back your time because of how it's perceived to help you accomplish a task more quickly. You don't have to wait for the oven to heat up. You don't have to wait for the oven to heat your food. And then you also don't have to try to heat it up on the stove, get the pan hot, wait for the food to warm up, might burn it. Like, there's so many things that the microwave perceivably solves for you, right? But you're not buying a microwave. Right? You're really buying your time. You're buying the convenience. You're buying ease of use. And then also, going with the microwave example, you're also buying functionality, right? Because the microwave doesn't just heat food, it also defrosts, it also cooks, right? And it's like, for example, what might take 30 minutes or 40 minutes, let's say 30 minutes, to boil a potato, the microwave might be able to do it in 15, right? So ease, you're buying what the problem that the microwave is really solving is ease, right? Okay. Any questions around that before we go through the next two pieces of information? Either way, you have to articulate the problem that you're solving. If you're not sure about the problem that you're solving, then I would tell you to go back to the Win With Us workbook and flesh out those things first, right? So this is what I meant when I said that this is the Big Daddy, because this is for people who already have that already worked out, right? Who are very clear about the problems that they solve, all right? If you're not sure, the Win With Us workbook walks you through how to get to that conclusion, okay? No one's going to give you money to figure out what problem you're solving. You have to have that figured out by then. By the time you're asking, because this book really works through 5 figures or more funding. By the time you're asking for $10,000 or more, you should know what problem you're solving, right? You should know what your solutions are and how your services are packaged to address the connection between the problem and the solution, right? So if you don't already have those things fleshed out, go to the Win With Us workbook. But if you know, then this is where you will articulate exactly what you're doing, who you're doing it for, and how you've solved that problem for them. All right? Cool. And then if you have space, because this really should be like 2 paragraphs, it doesn't have to be super extensive, but if you have space, then you can talk about some of the solutions and how you develop them in order to address the problem, right? By the time we get to section B, because this is section A, and the book is structured in a way where it shows you how to format the entire proposal. It's formatted how the proposal in a way where it shows you how to format the entire proposal. It's formatted how the proposal across industries, right? I've done it for a laundry service. This one is a nutraceuticals company. It applies to whatever, because this is still foundational. Okay, you guys? With that said, the book is structured in a way where it gives you the format for how you should build out your proposal. It's formatted exactly how a proposal is formatted. And then it gives you an applying principle. So we talk about the concept, it shows you the format, and then it gives you the application. And then I even included the proposal for the fake company that we built out. I included the proposal in the book so that you can see how the proposal should look, how it should present, and how the narratives are broken down, right? So the next time we go to section B, when we start talking about your actual business and you start getting more details, Section A should have been priming you. What we're talking about now, the executive summary, should have primed you or primed the reader or the person who's buying into you to prepare to now understand more information that's quantifiable related to what we build off of from Section A. All right? Any questions, you guys? Because I'm at the end of my spiel about executive summaries. Does anyone want to come on, first and foremost? And second of all, if not, does anyone have any questions? Yes, no, maybe. No questions? All right, if there are no questions, then I will be back later this week so that we can talk about Section B, where we will outline what is called a business need outline. Okay? 125 Broad Street. What was your question? Oh, I asked two. I'm sorry if I missed them. I'm sorry, I didn't see any. I don't see any questions. Would you mind reiterating for me? This will help with any business. Yes. Does not matter what industry you're in. Doesn't matter. Okay? Every single element that is in this book is something that you have to be able to explain to someone who is going to give you money. Every business has to be able to do that. All right. So, and it's structured so that it serves a service-based business or a product-based business. All right. For example, this executive summary format that we just went through, every business has to do that. Every business has to be able to explain who they are, what they serve, like who they serve, what they do, how they do it, what they're proposing, what problem they're solving. Everyone has to be able to do that. That is independent of what industry you're in or what service you provide or what product you sell. Everyone has to do that. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, no, it's okay. No, that's all right. Yeah, I know some people are like coming in and out of the live, so it's not uncommon to get questions that are kind of like reiterate the points that we made earlier. But I'm going to repost this on YouTube so that if you want to rewatch it, you want to get any insight into how we broke down and formatted the proposal today, then you're more than welcome to go watch it on YouTube. It is Mental Money Podcast on YouTube. We have a ton of videos from past trainings that we've done. We've also gone through several applications where we've supported you guys on giving you the answers, on how to format your answers. And then also, this will be on there, and we'll include some, you'll also find podcast episodes that are really helpful too. I would recommend watching the one with Alyssa and the one with Chabrene. All right. Because they have a lot of they give a lot of strategies around funding. So if there are no other questions, I'm going to go and try to sleep. I'm still not really tired, but I'm going to try. Any questions? No? All right. Well, you guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for those who liked the live. Thank you for those who shared the live, and for those who engaged. And until next time, remember that hope is not a strategy, and we are going to figure out how to strategically win. All right. You guys have a great night.